Happy Wednesday, friends, and welcome back. Also, welcome if you're new. Thank you so much for stopping by or subscribing. Today, we are prepping for 2 birthday parties, and they're going to be a lot of fun, so I hope you'll stick around. I realized after I uploaded my last video that I did not introduce myself somehow, but my name is Rachel. I am a stay-at-home wife and mother to 2 little boys, one of which just turned 5 last month. My other son is 3.5, and we live in the great state of Louisiana, and I am actually from Dallas, so I don't really know too much about Louisiana, except the mosquitoes are the size of birds here. So anyway, you guys, I'm going to get into this party prep by making a chicken salad following a recipe that I found online. Look at those knife skills. I'm just a modern day sous chef. I'm so kidding. It's ridiculous. But I've already cut up the white onion, then the celery followed, and I just mince it up as small as I can because, you know, kids complain about everything. So my kids complain about everything. And then I'm going to cut up some chicken tenders, which I just deboned a rotisserie chicken from Sam's Club. They're literally the best tasting chickens. I've never cooked a bird in my life. I don't think I've ever even fried chicken. But that kind of brings me to my last video. So I had some pantry police come after me in my last video, and I just absolutely appreciate you guys so much for looking out for my family's health and encouraging me to be a little more conscious about the things that I put in my pantry. However, I will say I cook far more than was ever cooked for me as a child. By far. I mean, as a matter of fact, people in my family joke that I'm the chef of the family, which is pretty absurd considering that I grew up in a household that neither one of my parents cooked. So if it wasn't out of a can or it wasn't a TV dinner, we didn't eat it. That's just how I grew up. I'll get more into that in a later video, but I just want to showcase what we are making for the party today. It's not necessarily a how-to, it's just a whole bunch of party prep. I couldn't really vlog because it was extremely loud and I had family over. But I didn't have a double boiler, so I just took a bowl over a pot of boiling water and melted down the candies. Then I dipped my marshmallows, and I was a little impatient, didn't give them time to set. So the edible pearls and goldfish were sliding around, but just give it some time and they turn out really cute and yummy. And can we just take a moment to acknowledge this beautifully decorated $18 Walmart cake? Also, it was really delicious. Walmart's cakes are not bad, especially if you're on a budget. I totally prefer them to either a Kroger or Target cake. Walmart for the win. Next, I am using the remaining candy melts on these pretzel rods, and then I will decorate them with sprinkles while they are still wet. And of course, I'm popping these into the fridge because your girl is a serial procrastinator, and I need that valuable time. So instead of letting them just air dry out on the counter, I'm going to pop them into the fridge for 5 minutes, and they will be done and checked off my list. To finish off the chicken salad, I am just seasoning it and adding the mayonnaise per the recipe, which I will leave in the description. And it really turned out fantastically. It was a copycat recipe for Chicken Salad Chick. I don't know if they're nationwide just yet, but a few years ago they only had a few locations, and I think they were specific to Louisiana, if I'm not mistaken. But they're kind of pricey, you know? I mean, they're delicious and they have so many different amazing flavors. However, if you're gonna save yourself some coin, especially throwing a party, just make it yourself. And it turned out amazingly. Everyone ate it, even the kids. And I just prepped some veggie platter on the side. Again, you're going to want to build that yourself instead of buying it pre-made, unless you just are on a crunch for time or money is no object. But I had luckily some cherry tomatoes, celery sticks, cucumber, and baby carrots that I just threw together, and we had a really good lunch to balance out all of the sweets that I made for the party. So because I didn't have enough irons in the fire and I am a little extra when it comes to decorating for parties of any kind, I decided to make my niece a cake topper, and I fully expected to be underwhelmed by the Walmart cake, but I was impressed and it just inspired me. And I said, you know what? I'm going to make her a cake topper. I know it's over the top, but whatever. I'm just going to go for it. My niece turned 3 and she had not been able to experience a birthday party yet, including any celebration of her own, or been in that social setting yet, because her first birthday would have been in 2020 and even family wasn't getting together at that time. And then we thought that things would change by 2021 and it was still a little sketchy. So since she was turning 3, I said, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. It really didn't cost me anything because I already had the cardstock on hand. I just picked up some pop dot adhesives from the Dollar Tree and I cut them small enough so that I was able to stack the 2 cutouts on top of one another with the space in between, so it gives that 3D effect. And I think it turned out really beautifully. If you guys want a future tutorial on some of these crafty things that I'm doing in this video, I will be more than happy to share those with you at a later time. As a matter of fact, not to go off on a tangent, but I originally anticipated for my YouTube channel to be a crafting channel, and I might branch out and have a separate channel for that at a later date. These party supplies came from Hobby Lobby. I added eyeballs to the sandwiches to make them look like crabs. And the kids had an absolute blast. We played outside. We did temporary tattoos from the Dollar Tree. And the kids left soggy pretzels in the goldfish. So it was a win all around. Then my husband and sister helped me clean up the kitchen. We bathed the kiddos and put them to bed early since we reserved the next day for a trip to the aquarium. Luckily, that cost us absolutely nothing, since at the time we purchased our annual passes, there was a promotion being ran for 1 free guest pass per annual pass purchased. So my family was able to host my sister's family for absolutely $0, and it was an incredible time. moving on to party prep number 2. This was for Isaac's 4th birthday last year. I decided to give him a big boy party, and we went with baby shark theme. So first things first, I did not have a pick scan mat to cut out my clip art that I ordered from Etsy. So I had to cut out a plain cardstock paper first and hinge it to the top of my cutting mat with some tape, and then I just lined up what I needed to cut out underneath it so that I made sure that I stuck it to the mat at exactly the spot it needed to be in order to cut correctly. And it worked! I did the same thing with the would-be cake topper. I decided to use these for table centerpieces instead because I decided on cupcakes, and I collaborated with that same Etsy shop owner to create a dual-sided centerpiece that I got to customize with various colors and design elements. And isn't it cute? Next, I found a royalty-free shark fin graphic that I liked. Online, I moved it into my Silhouette software, copied it several times, and cut it out on various colors of cardstock. I really lucked out at the Dollar Tree and found, for the first and last time, unfortunately, a candy jar. And I was so shocked and excited that I didn't have to spend $7 on one from Party City. So I snatched this one up. It is the larger of the 2 sizes that they come in. And I just embellished it with Dollar Tree wall decals. And it turned out so adorable. And then I needed to fill it with fish food, so I opted for the Fruity Pebbles version of Rice Krispie treats because they reminded me most of fish food. And being as extra as I want to be, I decided to make custom shirts for each of us, and I just went on Etsy, purchased a Shark SVG file, and customized the text, and then I cut it out to put on our shirts. I made some last minute cuts on my machine, then moved on to assembling the party favors. So I enlisted the help of my twin sister, and yes, we are weighing Easter basket shred. It was my fault. It was my brilliant idea. This is what you call burning the midnight oil when you are up at 3 a.m. assembling party favor buckets for your son's birthday party because you suffer from extreme procrastination. This is literally a deficit of energy and brain cells versus a surplus of bad ideas. So unfortunately, it did not occur to me that I could just use something like grocery sacks in the bottom of these buckets and then put some shred on top. The reason that we're weighing the Easter basket shred is because I thought I had run out of it and I wanted to equally fill the buckets or as close as I could. Needless to say, we got it taken care of. I ended up finding more Easter basket shred, and also the reason that I blurred out my sister's foot is because she is foot phobic. So you're welcome, sister, if you're watching. I win Sister of the Year. here's a short clip of everyone singing happy birthday to Isaac while he has a meltdown. He was not a fan. After slightly traumatizing Isaac with our poor singing, we all had an epic dodgeball tournament on the trampolines and the kids had a blast. So very well worth staying up to the middle of the night, making poor choices. But thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. I hope that you found something helpful or entertaining and that I'll see you in the next one. Take care.